Mr. Speaker, the care and concern for foster children has been a bit of a relay race from myself back in the late 70s and 80s to Senator Russell Long, to former Congressman Tom Downey, former Majority Leader Tom DeLay, to Senator Landrieu, now Karen Bass from my state of California, Congressman McDermott before her. We've tried to make sure that these young people with a lot of chaos in their life, far beyond any of their own doing, have a chance to succeed, and clearly the best chance to succeed is to see that they get a good education and an opportunity to participate in American society and America's economy. And this act, the Uninterrupted Scholars Act, goes a long way toward helping their advocates make sure that they get the best shot at the best education. And so I want to thank all the supporters, Congressman Rowe of this legislation, Congressman Klein, for their support and their willingness to bring it to the floor of the House so we can send it to the President of the United States. Just before I conclude my remarks, Mr. Speaker, I want to take a moment to recognize a cherished member of my staff who will be leaving the committee at the beginning of January. Ruth Friedman began her career with me as a fellow in my personal office more than a decade ago. Because of her hard work and dedication, unparalleled expertise, she rose to become my education policy director on the committee. Ruth holds a Ph.D. in clinical psychology and is one of the foremost experts in early childhood policy. And I can tell you that the children of this country benefited every day from her work on the Education Committee. Ruth has spent her career fighting for the most vulnerable children on issues like child welfare, juvenile justice, early learning, child care, child abuse prevention and treatment. She has worked on countless pieces of legislation successfully, and including today's bill that was instrumental in passing the 2007 Head Start Reauthorization Act. I want to thank Ruth for her extraordinary service to me, to the committee, to the nation, and to the nation's children. Her advice and counsel have been invaluable, and she will be sorely missed, but we know that she has great accomplishments ahead of her. Ruth, I want to wish you, Pete, and Dylan all of the best. Thank you so much for your service to our committee on both sides of the aisle, and certainly to this nation's children. With that, Mr. Speaker, I ask my colleagues to support this legislation, yield back my balance of time, and thank Congressman Rowe for managing this bill on the floor.
The gentleman yields back the balance of his time. The gentleman from Tennessee is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself the remainder of my time and wish to conclude by saying, Ruth, congratulations and thank you for all the hard work that you have done for both sides of the aisle and the work you've done for the children of this nation. I also want to thank Senator Landrieu and Congresswoman Bass, who is my next-door neighbor in the Cannon office building, and Ranking Member Miller for the work you've done for many decades for the children of this country, and Chairman Klein. And I will conclude by just saying I'm proud to support the Uninterrupted Scholars Act and urge my colleagues a yes vote. With that, I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back the balance of his time. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass Senate 3472? Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the Chair, two-thirds being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Mr. Speaker,
the gentleman from Tennessee.
I object to the vote on the grounds that a quorum is not present. I make a point of order that a quorum is not present.
Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, further proceedings on this motion will be postponed.